Hi everybody, I'm Bob.
Hey everyone, I'm Kelly. If you are brand new to our channel, welcome and thanks so much for choosing to join us today. And if you are returning to our channel, thanks for coming back to see us.
Thank you.
If you have not already, don't forget to hit that little red subscribe button. It looks just like that one. And also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you know every time we post.
Yes.
So what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to talk about a tongue twister, because I can't really say it, so I'm going to let Kelly say it. It's the Harry Potter thing.
Yes, on our recent trip to London, we took a day trip out to the Warner Brothers Studio Tour London, the making of Harry Potter.
Yeah! Wow!
And we thought that we would just tell you guys a few tips that we learned along the way on getting out there.
What to do when you get there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Booking your tickets, just general tips for first timers if you've never been out there before that might make your trip out a little bit easier.
Just a little bit easier. First off, let's tell them what that is, that whole bunch of words you said earlier.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
It is actually the studio and the sets where Harry Potter was filmed. Yes. Just outside of London.
Yeah, the actual studio is in Leavesden, in England, and that's where the sets were. That's where the studio is. So all the films, not the entire films, of course, but the main sets and things like that were out in Leavesden.
Yeah, anytime they did like set work, that's where they did it.
Yeah, exactly. So they have props, costumes, sets.
People who worked on the movie, actually worked on the movie.
Yeah, prop masters,
creature makers, costumers.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are at all into Harry Potter films, even the books, this is a must-do. It is a really must-do. It's very well worth the time and the money to go out and visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
So, like I said earlier, we thought that we would give you guys a few tips on how to get out there, how it all works, and, you know, little tips to make it easier for you guys if you're a first timer.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about getting there first.
Yes, exactly. So, how did we get there?
We took train from London.
We did.
To Watford Junction.
Yeah, so the closest station to the studios is Watford Junction. It is about 20 miles northwest of London. So we took the train.
Yeah, and we picked up the train at Euston Station.
Yeah.
Is there one other station you can
There
go from?
is another station that you can go to, Birmingham New Street. It says that Birmingham New Street is about an hour away. And then if you take the express train from Euston Station to Watford Junction is only about 15 minutes. Yeah,
which is what we did.
It is.
Yeah, and if you take the other train, because there's two trains that go to Watford Junction about the same time, it's going to take you about 45 minutes.
Yeah, so if you're booking train tickets, I've done it both times that I've been out to the studio tours. I booked the train tickets in advance just to avoid, you know, buying train tickets at the station, which you can do, but we just booked ours in advance. And you want to look for a West Midlands train. So those are the ones that are kind of like the direct trains, or, you know, the faster trains from Euston Station. So you want to look for a West Midlands train from Euston Station out to Watford Junction. And I think it took us about 15 minutes.
It was pretty fast.
Yeah, there are trains that make a lot of stops. So if you don't choose kind of the express train, it could take you about 50 minutes to get out there. So you want to look for the one, you know, that's quickest.
Right.
One other thing that you can do also, now that you can use your Oyster card, if you have an Oyster travel card for like the underground, you can also use your Oyster card on the train from Euston Station out to Watford Junction.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If we'd have known that, we probably wouldn't have bought our tickets.
Yeah,
we probably just would have used our Oyster card.
Yeah, and when we booked our tickets in advance, we just, Emma and John, who we went with, she booked them online, and then you just have a little reference code, and you can, when you get to Euston Station, you just go to the ticket machines and you punch in your booking code, and then it'll spit out your tickets. And one other tip that I learned on my first trip, it'll print out a going out ticket and then a return ticket.
Right.
So you'll have two tickets per person.
Right. So and it will say out and return.
Yeah, it will say outbound and return.
Yeah.
So, you know, in case you're from America and you're not used to using the train system, that's how it works. You'll have an outbound ticket and a return ticket. Okay?
Yep.
You get to Watford Junction and then...
And then you take a bus from Watford Junction to the studios.
Yeah, once you get outside the train station, there's a little bus stop. If you go out and kind of
veer off to your left.
Veer off to your left.
But there's signs that point the direction to the bus. It wasn't hard to find the bus.
No, there happened to be a bus waiting there for us when we got it. It's a double-decker bus. You can't miss it because it's wrapped with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You know.
Paraphernalia.
You know, pictures and things like that. So it's a double-decker bus.
And it's wrapped with Harry Potter.
Yeah, and it'll say, you know, Warner Brothers Studio Tour on the heading.
Right. And then what you do is you have to buy a ticket for the bus, but you buy that from the driver.
Yeah, you can use a contactless payment card or you can pay cash. And it is £3, and that includes the return journey.
Per person.
Per person.
Right.
That includes the return journey back to the train station from the studios.
Right.
Yeah, but one tip I would recommend, well, you really need this when you come back, he'll print out a receipt. Keep that receipt because that's your return ticket on the bus.
Don't lose it because it makes it a little harder.
Ticket. Yeah.
I mean, you'll get back, but it takes a little more.
Yeah, so just kind of keep that receipt and it'll act as your return ticket to get back to this train station after you're done with your tour.
Right, and if you're local, you can drive there, or if you're, you know, anywhere within England and you have a car.
Yeah, exactly.
And the parking's free.
The parking is free if you're driving. So we just happened to take the train because we didn't have a car.
We're not local.
Yeah.
In case you haven't noticed by the accent.
So the buses do run approximately every 20 minutes from the train station out to the studios. And the buses typically start around 9:20 a.m. The first time slot that you can book once you get out there is at 9 a.m. So they do have buses that start at 8:15 for those people that have an earlier ticket than 9 o'clock.
Okay.
They just don't run as often as every 20 minutes that early in the morning. And when you're done with your tour, the last bus that leaves from the studios back to Watford Junction is when the studio tour closes for the day. So they may have seasonal hours, so you'll have to check their website.
You just have to check what time it is.
Yeah, you'll have to check their website as to what time
you have to be back on the bus.
You have to be back on the bus. You don't want to miss the last bus. Oh, one more thing about the bus. You have to have your booking confirmation number to even get on the bus at Watford Junction. So you either have to have a confirmation on your phone that they send you via email, or if you've printed out, you know, a confirmation at home, you have to have a paper or something that says that you actually have tickets booked for that day to even get on the bus.
First thing you want to do is you want to book your tickets early, and you can do this online.
Yes.
If you're in a different country or whatever,
yeah.
or you're not close to London, you can do, even if you're in London, you can do this online. And they have certain times set up where they take you into the tour, and you need to pick probably the earliest time you can get, like whenever you can get out there.
Right. So it is a timed ticket, so they bring you in groups as to kind of control the crowd. So they give you a time on your ticket, and you can pick your entrance time when you book your tickets online. So we've gotten out to the tour.
So we're at Warner Brothers Studios, and we're gonna go on the tour, the Harry Potter tour.
Which is awesome, by the way.
God, is it awesome. So you'll go, our tickets were pre-purchased, so we had to go to the will call windows and pick up our tickets. Now, can you purchase tickets that day?
No, you cannot.
You cannot.
You cannot. Everything has to be booked in advance. So we recommend booking as far in advance as possible. I'm talking like months in advance. They do sell out really quickly. So we booked our tickets, I think, 4 or 5 months in advance.
Yeah.
You wanna, as soon as you know you're gonna go, book as far in advance as you possibly can so that you can get an earlier time slot and exactly the day that you wanna go.
Right. And you go to the wheel call, you get your tickets. They're cool little tickets. They have pictures of Harry Potter scenes on it and everything. And then you just go in and they have security, so you're all safe and everything. It's just like walking into a theme park or whatever.
Yeah, they'll do security checks, bag checks.
Yeah.
They'll scan you, you know, just with a
Wand and
so it's very safe and secure.
yeah, and then you come in, you walk into a huge atrium or lobby or whatever, and it's just decked out with Harry Potter stuff, and of course, and there's a restaurant in there in this area too.
It's pretty big too.
It is pretty big because we got there like an hour before our ticket time, and we just kind of explored the
common area.
The common area there, so to speak.
They have a Starbucks
Yeah.
in there. They have a full like cafe with, you know, full meals and drinks that you can get. They also have a little sweet shop where you can get sweets, ice cream, you know, things like that. So
Right.
there's a lot of things to choose from, either while you're waiting for your tour
Right.
or after your tour
Right.
as well.
So we waited for our time, then we got in line at, you know, right around our time to get in, because they had a serpentine line. You know, you wait, and they check your tickets, and then they take you into this kind of theater location, and you sit down in the theater and you wait until it starts.
And then you watch a little film,
Right?
and then your tour starts. So the first part of your tour is all in the same group time slot that, you know, they kind of put you in.
Right.
And then when the tour starts, you start in the Great Hall, and they'll explain some stuff about what's going on in the Great Hall. And then after you only have a limited time in the Great Hall.
Right.
So after you leave the Great Hall, then you're free to roam
You're free
about.
to do whatever you want.
Yeah, on your own. So it's
Yeah.
all self-guided after that.
Right, and there's really not any kind of order to go in, because
Not really.
It's just, and then you just go and you explore, and it's amazing because they have all their sets. They have activities to do. You can like do green screen films and pictures and stuff
Yeah.
like that. There's like a midpoint where there's after you do, you know, like first half, there's a midpoint, and then you can get more food if you want, or drinks. You can try butterbeer. You can do, you know, just sit, take a relax for a minute.
Right.
And then there's like a whole nother half. When we were there, we spent 6 hours.
We were there for 6 hours. We recommend you guys allow a minimum of 4 hours. And that's the very minimum amount of time, because there's so much stuff to see and do. And if you do want to take a break halfway through and have lunch like we did, you know, it's nice to be able to sit for, you know, 30, 45 minutes and get lunch. And so there's plenty of, you know, places to eat. There's plenty of places to shop.
Right, and you got to look at the ones when you're in the tour, because there's stuff in there that you're not going to find in the one that's on the outside.
Right.
It's just, you know, that it's specific to that part of the tour.
Right, exactly. When you get to a certain part, there's a
Hogwarts Express.
Hogwarts Express gift shop where we got this pillow, and you know, it's stuff that you won't see in the main gift shop
Right.
out front. Please just allow yourself plenty of time to get through the tour, to see everything you want to see, to, you know, look around the gift shop, to take a break and get a
Take
snack.
pictures,
Yeah.
do the activities, do all
Yeah.
sorts of cool stuff.
There's lots and lots and lots of stuff to see.
Lots and lots.
So, you know, if you're a huge big Harry Potter fan, we recommend, you know, planning pretty much a whole day
Yeah,
while you're out there.
I would.
Yeah.
We could have spent longer.
We probably could have, yeah. And after you get in, you know, with your time ticket, you can spend as much time there as you want. You can stay there until it closes. So that's why we recommend you booking your time ticket as early in the day as possible so that you don't feel rushed.
I just want to say we had a wonderful time. It was great. It's worth every minute, every penny.
It is a little pricey.
Everything.
Yeah, make sure you check the website for prices. We're not going to quote you guys any prices.
Because they are subject to change.
They are subject to change. And of course, you know, with us being from the US, you know, you have to take into account the exchange rate, because it will charge you in pounds and not in dollars. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're budgeting for your trip.
Guess it's time to say bye for now.
All right, we hope that you guys got some good information out of that. If you're planning a trip out to the Warner Brothers Studio Tour in London, we hope that this helped. If you have any questions that we might be able to answer for you, please ask us in the comments down below, and we will do our best to answer those for you. Bye for now, guys. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
Love you, bye.
Bye.